Well, hello there. The day has finally come. The day I've been promising you and waiting to give you now for, about a year and a half. Many of you know we've been working on a vehicle here in collaboration with a couple of the race teams here in Mooresville, North Carolina, General Motors, and of course, our founding company, Miller Auto Mart. We set out a couple years ago with the idea to produce an affordable, true race car. A vehicle that not only could be brought to a track instantly from the showroom and raced, but would also be street legal and somehow give you really good fuel economy as well. Well, I'm pretty proud to announce as of today, that dream's a reality. Sitting right behind me in one of our garages is our prototype vehicle that we're going to be unveiling. And by the way, I should mention that you want to stay posted. Probably won't be posting for a little while, but the unveil is going to be December 1st of this year in 2020. But today, I just got the green light from my boss to share with you this exciting information I've been wanting to share for so long. So what exactly is this monstrous little car going to be? Well, roll with me on the stats now. Before we get into anything, I want to say the most remarkable thing I think about this car is that it is going to get 80 miles to the gallon. Now, I want you to keep that in your head as we go through these stats, and you tell me if that sounds like an 80 mile per gallon car, but I promise you it is. So this vehicle is going to be a one-seat convertible cockpit race car. It's got a full aluminum tube chassis, full complete carbon fiber body. The wheels, which we had custom manufactured, are two-piece carbon, complete carbon fiber wheels with bead locks. We're going to put some Nitto NT555s on them. They're a street/race tire that's very good and affordable, easy to replace. And the stats on those wheels are 19 by 8 in the front, 19 by 10.5 in the rear. Now, all that said and done brings us to a 1,300-pound vehicle. Yeah, I said that right. 1,300 pounds. Now, as for the drivetrain, as many of you know, Mr. Miller, our founder, he has done a lot of racing in the past, and he also owns Miller Chevrolet here in Mooresville, North Carolina. So he's very familiar with the GM drivetrains. Now, we wanted something that was affordable, lightweight, and super, super commonplace so that the parts were easily interchangeable. If you want to do any upgrades on it, it's easy to do. And, would just be a very simple option. Again, this vehicle is meant to be affordable and simple. So, we ended up going with the best option available, a 2-liter LTG straight 4-cylinder engine, straight out of the Camaro, by the way. That's going to bring us 275 horsepower, 295 foot-pounds of torque. Now, of course, that's not, a ton, right? But in a car that's 1,300 pounds, believe me when I tell you, I've taken this thing around the track. It is an absolute beast. So another thing that we wanted to do, again, we wanted this vehicle to be drivable. We wanted it to be approachable for your Sunday driver, for your person who just wants to take a stroll out on the Blue Ridge Parkway or something of that nature. So we went ahead and tuned it with a variable tune system. So with the touch of one button, you can alternate between what we call our touring mode and our track mode. Now, those are pretty self-explanatory. I don't think we need to get into what those are going to do. But basically, they're going to tune the engine, restrict the horsepower a little bit more in touring, still give you way more than you would ever need to scoot around and pass people with all that confidence that we love. And the vehicle in that tune is going to be able to run on either premium 97 octane plus or E85, which is really great. Again, that's a super, super affordable gasoline alternative. We wanted this thing to not lose sight of what it is. At the end of the day, it has to be able to be driven sort of as a regular car, as much as a one-seat car can be regular, but you understand the gist. Now we're going to go into the braking system. We worked really, really hard with our braking systems back here in Mooresville to develop something that would be relatively cost-effective, lightweight, and easy to interchange the parts. Again, this is going to be a mantra you're going to hear throughout this whole car. The parts are easy to interchange because it is a race car. You're going to go through them. So we designed this car with that in mind. It's not all about numbers here. A lot of it is about real-world environment. So what we decided to go with were the GM 14.6 two-piece drilled slotted rotors with the 6-piston Brembo brakes from the Camaro ZL1 and some of the top-level Camaros and Corvettes. So is it an expensive braking system off the bat? Yes, but the pads aren't extremely expensive for it, neither are the rotors, which is great. The calipers are going to hold up, a lifetime of racing. And instead of going with something fancy like the factory carbon ceramic option, we decided to go with a non-carbon ceramic and go with a larger rotor and brake caliper. Now what this is going to do, it's going to give us greater heat dissipation. We're getting better stopping force. It has way more brakes than the car would ever need. But a lot of people did give us a little bit of heck for not doing the carbon ceramic route, as it is a race car, but we didn't want to do that. Those brake pads are extremely expensive. I'll spare you the numbers, but if you want to do a quick Google search, you'll see we didn't want to go that route. Again, we wanted this vehicle to be approachable and for the parts to be affordable and easily replaceable. The car has way more brakes than it would ever need. We've taken it around tracks and absolutely tortured the brakes, and we could not get them to overheat. So if that says enough, I certainly hope it does. Now, on to something that we had a little bit of internal struggle with for a while, but ended up deciding on: the color. The vehicle, the Miller M20 as we're calling it, is only going to be available in one color, and we're calling that lemon yellow. Now you may ask yourself, why would we limit ourselves to one color? And it's actually for a pretty cool reason. I'll give you the brief story on this. Mr. Miller, the owner I've mentioned a few times, he wants the car you buy from us to be the exact same car that we ourselves have developed and raced. There's so many car manufacturers out here that, they claim all these stats from their race cars, and they go around and show that off, and then what you get in the showroom is completely different. We wanted every nut, bolt, nook, and cranny of this vehicle to be the exact same thing we are actually racing ourselves. Let me say that again. The exact same vehicle we are racing ourselves. And in order to do that 100%, we decided to go with Mr. Miller's favorite color, lemon yellow. Now this is a paint that we actually developed ourselves with DuPont, again back here in the Mooresville, North Carolina race park. And there is a little story that goes behind that. See, Mr. Miller, his favorite type of racing has always been grassroots, just good old-fashioned American racing. And there's really no better form of that than the 24 Hours of Lemons. So he's competed in that just about every year. Our shop's always put together a couple of cars and entered in that division. And he ended up winning it for the first time last year, and he said he had more fun and more of a sense of accomplishment doing that with us as a team than he ever has with sales numbers or back when he used to race professionally in NASCAR. So we decided to kind of pay homage to that and call the paint color lemon yellow. Now, we are going to be charging a little bit more for this vehicle than some other competing models. KDX manufactures a track toy class car. A lot of people would consider the Polaris Slingshot to be in this category as well. So ours is going to be kind of priced a little bit more around the $40,000 to $45,000 mark is what we're looking at right now. That is a premium price for the size and the caliper of the drivetrain, but with all of the research we've put into it, with the support that you're going to get for this vehicle, it's going to be well worth that price, and I'm going to explain that why. So what's going to come with this vehicle? Well, not only are you going to get this track-ready car, and when I say track-ready, I do mean you can literally drive it out of our showroom with a license plate to a racetrack and be good to go. Good luck finding that anywhere else for the cost that we're charging. You're also going to receive a complete full training day. This is going to be an unlimited service. So if you ever want to attend any of our scheduled track days where we go out and do a driver education courses with Mr. Miller himself or one of our other driving experts, you're more than welcome to come. As long as you have the vehicle, you can come to any of our events. That's going to be included with purchase. Also, you're going to get a full tailored race suit from All-Star. We're going to give you the gloves, we're going to give you the pants, the shirt, the undershirt, the fire lining, the helmet. All of these things that would cost you a couple of $1,000s to piece together yourself is going to be included with the price of the vehicle. Also, should you have any problem with any of those things, you're always welcome to come back and we'll give you some help in replacing them and supporting that in the future. Another thing that we're going to be doing that you're not going to find anywhere else for a factory race car, we're giving you a 50,000 mile 3-year warranty, which is absolutely unheard of. And by the way, that includes a full race season at any SCCA registered racing series. Meaning, if you want to race this thing competitively, professionally, for a full 4, 5, 6 months, as long as it's a recognized racing division, we will warrant the vehicle through that entire race season. What does this mean for you? Well, this means you don't have to have your own garage. You don't have to have your own race team. You don't have to have your own pit crew. All you have to have are the bare essentials. Something goes wrong with the car, you blow a head gasket, you blow a tire, one of the wheels, something happens, you get in a little minor scuff or something like that with another car, you bring it into our shop, we'll fix the thing, have it to you in a week, 2 weeks, and you're good to go. Where are you going to find that anywhere else? So folks, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm actually about to go home and work on some of the artist renderings for the final body of the vehicle. That's really all we have to do before we're ready to unveil it to you. But I really appreciate you stopping by and taking the time. I think you're really going to enjoy what we have to put out here. This is going to be a whole new class of vehicle, and I can't wait to share it with all of you. Bye for now.